Good morning. We're going to start with one of our vendors this morning.
Which one will we choose?
Let's do Deb LaPierre.
Hi, my name is Deb LaPierre, and I'm a senior loan officer with Academy Mortgage. I have been in the mortgage lending industry for over 15 years. Purchasing a home is one of the most important investments that we'll ever make in our lifetime. So I feel that it is so imperative that you make the right choice. Being in this industry, I have had the pleasure and honor to help many, many people get into their homes, and I welcome the opportunity to be of service to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah. My wife says I can't suck today. That's what she said.
I did. I said, don't suck today.
Anyway, being flexible and adapting to new circumstances quickly and thriving in constant change is a big key to success. And it actually helps your life a lot less stressful. So today on Midweek Mindfreak, we're going to be talking about how to be resilient so that you can turn challenges into massive success.
Chuck and Angela run multiple million-dollar companies. They are members of Riz Media's Billionaire Club, have coached and mentored thousands of agents, and are international speakers. They say by radically changing your mindset, not only can you change your outlook on life, but affect the actual results you obtain. Welcome to Midweek Mindfreak.
Good morning.
Good
Yes,
morning.
I do believe that, man. It's all up here. It's here. That's what we challenge you guys on, to change your life radically for the better. And I like this week's topic. It really is a powerful topic. So why do some people bounce back from adversity and misfortune, and other people just completely fall apart and where they're devastated and some people can't even function?
You can't recover.
Well, the big difference is resilience. Resilience is the big factor. So what is resilience? Resilience is the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, and threats, or significant sources of stress. Wow, even just saying that is like, oh, who the hell wants any of that? You know what? I do, because you know that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I really believe that. We're going to be talking about this. I like Ben Franklin said something, the things which hurt instruct. Wow, when you really look at that, I'm going to say that again. The things that hurt, so all those things of the adversity I was talking about, actually instruct.
If you allow them to.
That was very words of wisdom, my fine fellow partner.
So today we're going to be talking about how to do this.
Yes, well, resilient people find ways to integrate things into their life to help them bounce back. And we have discovered that time and time again, that what matters most is not what the obstacles are, but how we see them.
Ooh, you should say that again. That was wise.
Wise. I have a lot of wise stuff today. So I will say that again. So time and time again, what matters most is not what the obstacles are. There will be obstacles. I think some people go through life thinking that there's never going to be adversity. I think there's adversity every day. So anyway, it's not what they are, but it's how we see them, how we react to them is how we're going to learn from them and to help us with massive success. So what I do is I always acknowledge the difficult situations. I keep calm and I evaluate things rationally. Calm. I do.
Is that from your cherub-like demeanor?
That is my cherub. Does people want to?
Yeah.
I think
it's important.
Wait, hold on. Just in case you don't know,
keep calm.
I keep
and the rest
calm
of us have trouble
because I was born with a cherub like demeanor. That's right. That's my baby picture.
It's so disturbing.
It's disturbing. David Marsh loves it. That's all that matters. So here's what I do, and then we're going to get into the things. I acknowledge difficult situations. I keep calm, and I evaluate things rationally, and then I make a plan of attack, and how I'm going to deal with it. And the more I do that, the better I get at that.
That is actually absolutely true. Practice makes perfect.
So let's get into how do we help these fine people here this morning achieve massive success through adversities.
Right. So you can actually, once you're aware of a couple of things that you can implement into your life, I wish you didn't have no face.
Who has no face? I have a face.
You know what I'm talking about.
Come on.
Okay, so there are intentional things
Time is money.
That you can do, that you can be aware of to be resilient. So again, being resilient is the capacity to recover quickly, right? From difficulties. Now, here's the funny thing. Some of it's really simple. You gotta nurture yourself. That's one of them. And I'm not talking about pedicures and facials.
Or coddling, like.
No, there's nothing wrong with pedicures and facials. But what I'm talking about are some things more basic. So have you ever faced a problem or a challenge when you're a little tired, right? Or hangry, right? So there are some basic things that you can do, like sleep well, like eat well, like exercise. Because when you face a challenge and you don't feel well, you're not going to have the resilience that you would if you were taking care of yourself. I know. So if you eat like crap and you have a bunch of problems and you're always stressed out and you don't ever exercise and you don't sleep enough, well, then there's something that you can do about that. And it's a simple thing like nurture yourself. That's the first one.
Next one is believing in your abilities. Now, you know, this is one of those things, guys, that I'm going to dig a little deeper on, because you can only believe in your abilities if you feel like you have abilities to believe in. Wow, that was that was just brain blown. So I'm going to repeat that. You can only believe in your abilities when you have abilities to believe in.
Say it faster.
I'm going to wind up screwing it all. So you have to have confidence in who you are, confidence in what you're capable of doing, and becoming more confident in your abilities will help you respond to crisis. So how do you become more confident in your abilities? Number one is you need to constantly be learning. I live to learn. You should live to learn. I love being a sponge and absorbing knowledge and figuring things out. Simple, basic stuff like stop asking somebody to do something for you.
Oh
right
my gosh,
away.
for God's sake, do it yourself.
Like people will ask us, and look, I'm not putting nobody down, but take this as a learning lesson. Stop going, how do I do this, or where do I find this? And then you're asking us, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to do the same thing you can do. Look it up.
Yeah.
Use your brain. You know, and I think a lot of people don't feel like they have the abilities is because they're constantly leaning on someone else. Guys, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Look for negative comments in your head. When you hear them, immediately replace those negative comments. Like
that's
instead
hard.
of saying,
that's easier said than done.
Right? Instead of saying, I can't do this, or I don't know where to find this, go, I can do this, and I'm going to go figure it out.
That's novel.
Isn't that?
Figure it out.
You know, here's the thing, guys. That's some basic stuff. You know, even talk positive in your life. You guys beat yourselves up too much. We all do.
Yes, we all
do. You know, like I know Angela does this a lot. Oh, I'm not a great mother. She is a great mother. She just doesn't parent like the great mothers do.
That's why I'm going to do it. That's why Kristen and I are starting a show tomorrow called Shit Show Moms on Clubhouse.
Shit Show Moms. Starring
Angela.
Yeah. Anyway, so talk positivity in your life. Go, I am good at my job. I am intelligent. Positive stuff, because when your self-esteem goes up, the way you handle adversities go up. And that was a big thing for me early on. I had very low self-esteem.
You did.
Very low self-esteem.
Even when I first met him.
Yeah.
You really did.
So just remind yourselves of the strengths that you've accomplished and learn and always be in growth mode.
That really pairs well with my next one is developing problem-solving skills. Well, I have a little hint for you. It is impossible to develop problem-solving skills if you always try to avoid problems.
Why are you whispering?
Because it's a secret.
Yes.
That I want you to know. Honestly, you guys, I know so many people that will avoid challenges and problems at all costs. They will run from obstacles. They will turn away from problems. They'll bury their head in the sand. They'll do whatever they can to avoid conflict and problems and obstacles. How do you expect yourself to get better at developing problem-solving skills if you don't ever face your problems or don't face your challenges head on? That's, I think, why we handle a lot of our challenges and problems a little calmer, is because we've got a lot of practice. We don't run away from them. No. Skills are meant to be developed, and you can't develop them by reading a book. You have to actually go through problems and practice. And fail. Exactly. Fail. It's not so bad.
When people say, how do you learn? Look, one of the biggest things, the way I learn is by doing it and failing at it. That's how me and you became hugely successful in real estate. Nobody taught us for the most part at the beginning. We learned on our own by doing. You go, that didn't work. Let's try it this way.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing, just so you know, a lot of people think conflict is a bad word, but facing conflict with another person is a relationship building, not breaking. It's another way to face your challenge. It's how we have such great communication, because we're not afraid to have conflict and to work through it. Working through conflict brings people closer if you do it well. So that's developing skills means you actually have to do something.
And that's a good quote, Robert Kiyosaki. Instead of saying, I can't right now, say, how can I? Mm-hmm. And that is what we do. I go, where there's a will, there's a way. We're going to figure it out. Next one is embracing change. This is one of the things I talk about a lot. Embrace the process. It's a process. Everything is a process. And when you understand that, obstacles become part of it, which now makes you flexible in your thoughts and the way you act. And flexibility is a huge part. It's essential for resilience. Learning how to adapt to things, it will better equip you in how to respond to a crisis. And once you understand that in your mind and you convince yourself, yes, there'll be obstacles always, and I need to be flexible. I need to understand it's going to happen. One of the things that I know, me and you, this is huge. If you're a believer out there, I want you to really understand what we're going to say right now, or I'm going to say it and she'll agree to it. I view obstacles as God's way of moving us according to his will.
Absolutely. I do agree with that.
The more you seek the Lord, the Creator God, and I'm constantly saying, Lord, show me your will. Well, the way God moves and he works is through other people and situations. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this may blow your mind, but it actually makes my hair stand up, because I know God moves in our life. It's a living God, the Spirit. So when there's adversities, or people that screw you over, or situations that make you so angry that you can't believe, why did that happen? It's whenever we look back, it's because God had a bigger plan for us, bigger plan that we couldn't see. So if you fight adversity, basically, and you're a believer, basically what you're saying is God is not in control.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Seek his will, because adversities and obstacles to us are just guiding us through life, and for our opinion, to bigger and better things. And bigger and better things does not equate to money. So I want you to understand, if God took everything away from me, that's a bigger and better thing, because I know it's in his plan. So it gives us the opportunity to branch out in new direction. This is how we wound up at EXP. Look, I just listened to a video that I put out 3 years ago when I moved to EXP. And in the video, I said, Revelation is not becoming eXp Realty 3 years ago.
We were so adamant.
And that was the truth.
Yeah.
God's honest truth. And look where we're now. Bigger and better things. You know, even like when I met you, you used to say to me, I'm never going to get remarried.
I did. I
said, don't ever say never. And look at
that's absolutely true.
Look at the blissful life you have with me.
I know, you cherub.
I'm a cherub like that. So here's my thing: adapt and thrive. Adapt and thrive.
And then my last one is my favorite, and I want to give you a different perspective on it. It's be optimistic. Now, being optimistic means being hopeful and confident about the future. And here's what I believe about optimism. Where does true optimism come from? A strong mind, willpower? Nope. I don't think that optimism comes from either of those. I don't do that to you.
Obstacles, embrace them.
So I don't think that
See, I was just showing them how good you are at overcoming adversities.
I'm really good. So optimism, the true optimism comes from God. And this is how I know it. Because in Romans 8:28, which says, and we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. Just like you were saying, I know that if there's an obstacle or a challenge in my life, God's in control of it. He allowed it or caused it.
He caused that to pop up on the screen.
I know. My pointer finger got better.
I didn't touch nothing. My hands were right here and it jumped up there.
So anyway, you've got to view optimism as not something that you develop, but that it's placing your hope in what God's doing in your life. When you place your hope, you know that it's going to be good because we love him. And so no matter if it's a challenge or something wonderful, it's all working together for our good.
And then I actually have two more. I'm going to do my two more really quick. Yes. Number one, wow, go figure. This always comes around in almost everything we're talking to. You can bounce anything you want up there. I'm going to show them like I am like steel getting through the adversities. Develop a strong social network. Basically, what I'm saying is who you surround yourself with matters. It's important to have people you can confide in that will give you good, in the way we look at it, godly advice. Nobody's perfect, but my inner circle is really small and I'm very protective of it. So having caring and supportive people around acts as this protective factor during times of crisis.
Or a voice of reason.
Voice of reason. Now, I'm not saying they're going to help you overcome it, but just being able to talk to people that you can confide in sometimes, sharing your feelings, and you get support and feedback that might help you solve the problem.
Or you get a better perspective about whatever you're facing.
And then lastly, I want to throw this one in: take action. Guys, I think too many of you guys get paralyzed, crippled. I know we have different personality types, but if you don't take action, simply waiting for a problem to go away on its own prolongs the crisis, prolongs the negativity of it. Instead, just start working. Move forward like Bob. Baby steps, Bob.
Love
right?
that movie.
I love that movie. And it helps you resolve issues immediately. If not for anything else, it'll take your mind off of what you're dealing with at that time. So there may not be a fast solution or a simple solution, but you've got to move forward. Focus on the progress rather than being discouraged. I have a quote. I'm going to quote this. This is my quote. Don't look at my quote.
I'm looking at your
Bam.
quote.
Listen, I'm going to package this up and put it out there. This is just, and nobody's waiting.
He so lacks self-confidence.
Tell the
crazy.
freaking quote already, you dumb cherub. So here's my quote. What stands in the way becomes the way. Action is the solution and the cure to our predicaments. Think about that. What stands in our way becomes the way. Boom. You just steam through it. I think that's powerful. Who thinks that's powerful out there? I know my sister's going to say, that was genius, Chuck. Genius. Anyway, guys, we're glad you just tuned in to another edition of Midweek Mindfreak. Hope you guys have a great day. Hey, guys, if you want to partner with us, if you want to be around this incredible energy that is just anything that stands in our way becomes the way. And if you want to become part of the way, build your business, guys, reach out to us. We'd love to work with you no matter where you are in the world. We can work with you anyway. God bless you guys. Have a great